What's up, all my beautiful, amazing tycoons? It is I, Flackjackson, aka the Flag Attack, bringing to you the video you've been waiting for. In this video, we're going to tell you how to maximize your dice to get the most rewards, to get the most tournament points, to get the most event points, and to keep dice in your pocket. I've unlocked it. It's taken me a long time to make this video because I wanted it just right. I've actually scrapped the video a few times and started over, but I said, it. I'm going to just do my thing, not worry about metrics, not worrying about analyzing the video every so this and that, because it's not my style. I'm just going to bring you the facts. I'm going to bring you what you need to know. And if everybody likes it, everybody likes it. But always feel free to leave me a comment if it helps you. If something's missing, if I drag things on too long like I am right now, sorry. Let's get into what we're going to do. We're going to get into rolling, dice probability. We're going to get into tiles. Everything like that is going to factor in to what you're going to do, what you're going to roll, and the outcome of it. First, we're going to get into the board. I'm going to show you the board. I'm going to show you the layout that I've made. If anybody out there is good with apps, maybe we could turn this into an app, an overlay app, to kind of overlay for people. That way they're not trying to guess or go to a cheat sheet or whatever. They can just be there. So we're going to talk about three things here. We're going to talk about dice probability, we're going to talk about tokens and tiles, and then we're going to talk about the multiple factors of all those two together to make the, what I like to, I haven't come with a name with it yet, but I'm thinking of like the FLAC plan of attack dice hack or something like to that effect. I don't know. We'll brand it later. But if you watch this video and you take what I say to heart, you will be able to extend your dice, maximize your rolls, complete more tiers and events, and just all around not have to buy dice anymore. Complete events. I completed the last partner event with the dice that I had and ended up coming out with more. And then I was a fool and wasted it all. We'll get into that later. I have to rebuild, but it's fine. Just don't do what I do, or if you try to do what I do, then take that into consideration too. So let's get into dice probability. So there's a lot of math that goes into this, and I'm not going to bore you with it all, but what you really need to know that you have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a 7 after that first dice hits. So I know this is like RNG based, not actual dice, but it's still, it works the same. Okay, so you have the highest probability of rolling a 7, and then after that comes 5 and 6, and then 8 and 9, which I like to call the hot zones. 5 to 9 is the hot zone. So take into consideration some things when you're rolling, what tiles you're having, what tokens are on the board, what event tile you're going to hit. All that comes into consideration. The next thing you're going to want to do after you get your tile situated out is you're going to want to come up with your comfortable number, your comfort number, if you will. The comfort number is the number that is the multiple you don't mind losing if you're rolling and you just roll and you lose it. So for me, that's usually times 20. Times 20 is where I'm comfortable at, where if I roll a 20, I don't hit, that's fine with me. That's your starting point. Next, you want to add a multiplier for every tile and every token after the 2 tiles that are in the hot zone. So every token after the first, you add another multiplier to it. So say you have one railroad. If I have a railroad coming up in my hot zone, that's a 20 token. If I have a railroad and a shield, that's a 50. If I have a railroad, a 50, or a shield and a chance or another event tile in that hot zone, that's 100. I'm rolling 100 every single time. So the tiles you want to look out for that add a multiplier are, of course, railroads. A lot of times they're in a lot of the events. Chance tile. So the chance tile is a really good tile because it either adds money, which you don't really care about, but the other 2 factors are dice. It triples your dice, or it takes you to a railroad. And a lot of times the chance tile and the railroad tiles will give you double the points in the events. You'll get points for the chance and you'll get points for the railroad. Event tiles add another multiplier. So say you have the luxury tax or any of the utilities, income tax, those add a multiplier if they're in play. Shields, of course, give you free dice. It's like rolling over again. It never happened. You get the money from landing on the tile, but you also get the dice back and you get to try again. Move the board, move your layout, try it again. And of course, event tokens, like we just had the partner event where we had the wheels on the board, that will add another multiplier to the equation. Now that I've run over all of that with you, it's time to check out the board. It's time to check out the layout that I have. Let's take a look. So here we have the board right now. We have it set up to where I am in the game. We'll jump into the game in a minute, but I just kind of want to go over everything and show you how it's laid out here. So right now we have an event going on where each corner is a spot for the event. So my tile right now is on the railroad here. And as you can see, the tile number 1 is black. If you happen to roll a 1, go buy a lottery ticket. If you can roll a 1 with 2 dice, I will personally come out and shake your hand. 100%. The next 3 tiles we have here is 2, 3, 4, which the odds on rolling a 2, 3, 4 are very, very low compared to 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So as you can see here, 7, 8, yellow. Those are the yellow areas, which they don't necessarily mean slow down. They're just marked that way. I'll explain here in a minute. 7 is green. That's our average, our highest percentage rolled. And then 8, 9, yellow again. And then 10, 11, 12, red again. So as you can see, the railroad and the chance are just out of reach for the hot zone that I like to call it. So judging by this, we have 1 in here and another shield in here, which I'm not really comfortable with. So I'd probably end up just rolling a 1, to be honest, in this area and waiting to really get a railroad chance or something with the event closer to the center. So the reason why I say don't to worry about the yellow as much, because even though your odds are better of rolling a 7, the combined odds of rolling 5 and 6 and 8 and 9 are better than rolling a 7. So a lot of times I will roll high as long as it's in the yellow. We'll get into rolls here in a second. As you can see right above my head here, we have some things where we're going to count. We're going to go through and we're going to count the tiles. We're going to test the theory. I don't have a lot of dice right now, so I'm not going to do big multipliers and show you, but I will prove the theory here that this is your go-to. It's also takes on odds, so it's not going to happen every time. I don't want to hear like someone say, dang, Flack, I just rolled 100. There was 3 tiles in my hot zone and I still missed. You suck. It's odds. It's bound to happen. Happens to me all the time, but rolling this way will keep you in the green as far as dice and event points. Okay, so as you can see here, I have my token is on the railroad. I've actually just opened up into a mega heist. So that's interesting. I might want to roll higher for these just because I want to collect as much money as I can, but I might just wait to show you the process here. So my tiles here, I have a shield on waterworks. I have the corner tile that is the event, the jungle jam, which I also have up way over there. You can see the event list. I'll also have that posted in the community tab. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look here and we're going to see 1, 2. The event tile is the only tile really worth of in this. The shield is kind of just a safety barrier. When you have a shield, it's a safety barrier not to worry about losing out on a roll if you happen to miss one of your target tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll a 1 here and see where we land. And I get an 8. I land on the community chest. So it worked out. We landed in the yellow. We're going to mark this up here as a yellow. We're going to go with number 1. 1 landed in 1 tile. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the Monopoly board now over here, my layout, and I'll be right back. So I went ahead and I moved the layout around. As you can see, this is another terrible roll. There is only one tile, which would be the event tile on number 7. So I definitely don't want to roll anything higher on this one. I'm going to go ahead and keep it safe again, and I'm just going to roll a 1. And as you can see, this time it got absolutely nowhere. It landed on a dud. So we're going to go ahead and move the layout on the board again, and then we're going to see where we're at. So here we are again. As you can see, nothing but the event tile in our hot zone. So I don't feel comfortable again rolling at a high multiplier for this. So we're just going to go ahead and just roll it again at a 1. But first, I forgot to put another yellow token down there. That would be number 2. So 2 times we've landed in the yellow. We're going to roll it again and see where we land. An 8 again. So as you can see, it worked out. The method is going. That's 3 for yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and move it once again, and we'll be right back. So we're back, and I've moved now the tiles over here to on the Monopoly board. As you can see again, 1 tile in the multiplier. So that doesn't fit in my rolling pattern, so I'm going to go ahead and just roll it at a 1. And we get a 5. Fits. It's in the yellow again. Yellow is dominating in this. So we're going to go 4 straight rolls, 4 yellow spots in the hot zone. I'm going to move it around. We'll come back again. So we're back. We've moved the tile to the community chest where we are on the board. And as you can see now, we have 2 tiles in the target area. We have a chance, which of course will either give us money, which we don't really want, but it'll give us 3 times the dice, or it'll move us to the railroad. And we have a railroad in there. So I have a mega heist right now. So I'm going to go ahead and spin it at the 20 in hopes of landing on either chance or the railroad. Let's see what it does. Boom. Look at that. Hit the railroad. Now, it wasn't a mega heist, but we still got the outcome that we were looking for here. We landed in a yellow spot, and we landed on what we wanted. So I don't really have much. I'm going to do this just real quick. It's only a 20. Boom. So I don't really have much. There's not really much going on in this competition. I will not ever try to compete in any of these. But what I will try to do is I will try to get points for the milestones in the tournament. So now that we have that done, we landed on our first railroad in the hot zone. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the board layout, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back again. I've moved everything around. As you can see, according to our position where our token is and the tiles that are in front of us, we only have an event token and a shield. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, for the sake of argument, I'm going to just roll a 20 again, because I'm really hoping that our luck of running into yellows works and that I land on the jail token. And it did. See, sometimes it just takes a bit of luck along with calculation to be able to make the decision on what you want to roll. So now we're going to roll here on the jail tile. I did not get out of jail, but I did get those 80 tournament tokens, and we got a 1-star pack. Nothing I need out of these. So still, let's go into my vault. I completed another tier. Good on me. I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and we're going to move the spaces around on the layout, and then we'll be right back. So as we come back, you can see I've moved around the layout over here. We have the railroad and chance in the hot zone. So that's 2. I'm probably, just for the sake of argument, just going to take another chance here, because we are still in the hot zone. We've had a hot streak of landing in the hot zone, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll 20 again. And this time we nilled it. We landed in the hot zone again, which is gonna take us to 7 now. But we didn't really get anything out of it. As a matter of fact, I had lost money. So, as you can see there, I did the multiplier according to, it didn't work out in my favor. There were 2 in the close side. I landed in the 2 on the far side. So I'm going to move this around once again, and I'll be right back. So this next setup is pretty interesting. We have a railroad in our green, and we have a shield in our yellow and a chance in our yellow. So that is 3 out of the 5 that could possibly have a positive outcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on 20, and I'm going to hope for the 7, 8, 9. And we get a rare 12, but it worked out in our favor. It worked out in our favor because we ended up rolling over, and then we landed in the event tile. So we're going to chalk this one up to a red, but this one still worked out in our favor. 1 red. So now coming up, we can work towards 400 dice. So that's what this is what I'm going to try to work for here. I really want to land on the corners. I really want to improve my dice. So I'm going to move the layout around, and I'm going to come right back. So as you can see, I've moved it around. We only have the railroad in the hot zone. So I'm going to go ahead and tone this back down to a 1, and I'm going to go ahead and roll it. And we get a 6. So it landed in the hot zone still, which gives us another counter towards the yellow tiles, but still nothing worthwhile, nothing that really empowered our ability to gain more dice or gain more points. So it was a good call to go with the 1 based off of the tiles in the area. I'm gonna go ahead and move it again. Be right back. Okay, so we're back. Now, as you can see on the board, we have a chance and a railroad in the mega tile, or in the hot zone. And I have a mega heist still. So I'm going to take the chances, and I'm going to roll max multipliers here to see if I can get those points in the tournament to get those tiers up. Let's see how it does. So again, this didn't work out for me very well in the grand scheme of things and what I wanted, but we landed on another red zone, and we landed on a corner tile, which gave us more points in the event. So we're going to chalk that up to another 2 in the red. And even though it didn't land us in the correct place, it still gave us a positive outcome. So more points for the jungle jam. I'm going to move the layout around again, and then we'll be right back to roll again. So as you see here, we are once again with a railroad and the shield in our token. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll a 20 again, because I'm really hoping that I'll land on the railroad. If I did have max dice right now, I probably would still only roll a 20, not a 50, not 100, because it's just statistically so low of a chance of landing on anything productive. Let's give it a hit. And I got a 4, which sucks. It put us in the red zone again. So that's another one for the red. I'm going to go ahead and move the layout again. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So as you can see, the jail token is now in our hot zone, and we also have nothing else. Diddly. But I'm really hoping for that jail token. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a 20 again. Luckily for me, it landed on a shield, so we're going to chalk that up as a win, and we will be right back. Also, that was a red token, or red space, so we'll go ahead and put that in there as a number 4. Okay, we've moved everything around again. This time we have a shield, a railroad, and chance all in our hot zone. So taking those 3 into consideration, I would definitely probably roll 100 in this one. We'll go ahead and roll it right now and see what our luck brings. We get a 5, which puts us in the yellow. but unfortunately doesn't hit any of our spots that we wanted. So it sucks. It happens. It still landed in relativity to where we wanted. It just didn't land on the one that we wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and move the layout. Be right back. Okay, so we're back again. As you can see, I have the only thing that I have in this one is the go tile, which is our jungle jam tile. We haven't landed on any sevens yet, which is really weird because while I've been testing this before in some of my videos you may have seen, there have been so many sevens. So even though only having one tile in here and the go being on the number 7, I'm going to leave it on 20. I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to hit it. Let's see what we get. And that came out not good. That was way out, went into the red again, and really, against my better judgment, rolled the maximum amount. We're gonna pause it here. I'm gonna move the layout, and we'll be right back. Okay, as you can see here again, once again, we only have the corner tile in our hot zone. I rolled a 20 before. I think I'm gonna tone it back a little bit. I think I'm only going to roll a 5 in this one, just in hopes of maybe getting it. The trend has not been very hot, even though, you know, may you believe what you want to believe, but we're going to tone it back to a 5, see what we get here. And this time, we got a gift. Someone sent me a gift during a... Or did I land on a secret gift spot? What is this magic? What's going on here? Jacob has sent me some stars. Yo, if you're feeling up to it, seems how I am trying to finish a second album here and I need to do the vaults. Jacob, I have no idea who you are, but I appreciate you so much. I'm just gonna assume you're tipping me these 3 stars for my pink vault for the content. Yo, can we get a shout out to Jacob, please? Jacob, you've officially been featured in one of my videos. Congratulations. I love you, man. Thank you for that. That's amazing. Jacob, everybody. So we landed in a yellow spot, which is going to bring our total up to 10 yellow tile landings now. I didn't get where I wanted to get in it, but it is what it is. Still landed in yellow. We're going to go ahead and pause it here, and then we're going to keep rolling on. Okay, so as you can see here again, judging by the number of tiles or number of hot zones, tiles in the hot zone, we only have 2, only a railroad and a shield. I still really want to hit that mega high, so I think I'm going to take it up to 20. So let's go ahead and see what we get. And we get a 7. Finally a 7. What the heck? Okay, am I being trolled here? So let's hold on. Let's mark this real quick. Finally get a 7 after preaching that 7 is the most common. And another gift. Is this Jacob? This can't be Jacob again. He sent 4. Hold on. Am I live right now? What's happening? Jacob sent me the fifth sticker. Jacob, once again, thank you, you legend. Love to see it. Okay, so we're gonna move the board. We're gonna have a few interesting tiles in here, but we're gonna move the board and we're gonna move the layout on the board and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are back. We have a chance and a railroad in there. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna keep it at 20 in hopes that we land on the chance or the railroad. Let's see where we go. Let's get it. And I rolled a 12, which landed me in the worst possible place over there. How absurd. We're gonna give the red another tally and we're gonna change up the layout and then we will be right back. So we're back and this is really where we want to be. This is like the perfect example. We have a shield, railroad, and chance all grouped up here in both the ladder and the pre-hot zone parts of the 7. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna roll it on 20. Let's go. Oh, I switched it to 1. 20, let's go. And I got a 4. Holy cow. I got nixed and landed right in the red. Jeez, thanks odds. This isn't... This is a terrible example of the odds in this roller, but this just also shows you how odds take effect in the game. There's no real, you know, bulletproof way to do it. All you can do is play the odds, and I guarantee you, you will come out on top, as I have. I had 10,000 dice, almost 11,000 dice after the event, the partner event, and I really just, I got the itch. And those of you who have a little bit of a gambling issue, you might know what I'm talking about. It's the chase. You always catch that chase. I want to take a second actually and talk about gambling and addiction. Listen, this game has nipped me before, okay? I really realized one time where I realized that I was buying dice, I was buying packs for this game, and I realized, wait, this isn't for content. I'm actually hooked. It has me hooked. So I had to take a step back for a few days, really think about, I've also experienced gambling addiction. So I know firsthand what it feels like, and I didn't like the feeling that I got when I got to this point in this game. So when you start to get that, take a step back, don't get sucked in, and reevaluate where you are in the game, what you're trying to accomplish out of it, and is it taking more than it is giving. If it's giving you more enjoyment than it's taking from you, cool. If it's taking pain, suffering, and just agony out of the game, which is where I was a couple weeks ago when I was in this, and also at the end of the partner event where I was trying to just complete, I was chasing the end of the tournament or the event. I ended up being 2,000 points short of finishing the 6,500 and the 4-star. So please just know yourself, know your limits. Even though this is a mobile game, it can really suck you in and hurt you. So that being said, we have just a go property here, go tile, and that is it. But I'm gonna take it back to 1 and we're gonna roll. And I get a 5. So we land on Park Place and it's in the yellow. So that goes onto our yellow tab and we'll move on. I'm going to go ahead and pause this and move around the layout, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back here. We've moved around the layout on the board. The only thing we have is a railroad and a shield. So I'm going to stick with it at 1. I'm going to go ahead and roll it. It's going to land in nothing, 0, zilch, nada. So as you can see, this is basically playing into our favor. We're still 150 points away from getting another 400 dice. We started off with about 700 dice. So we're on the right track. We're making the right moves. Nothing a lot has happened, but we're still being progressive. We're still going forward in the game. We're still making progress. So I'm going to go ahead and move out the layout and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back again. As you can see here from the Monopoly board on the left, we only have the jail in the lucky number 7 spot. Everything else nil. So we're going to keep true to the way, and we're just going to roll a 1. And we get an 8, which lands us again in a yellow, but nothing going on for us there in that spot. So it's just this. It's pretty repetitive. I don't use this little layout off to my left anymore. I automatically have it in my head. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If there's anything in there, multiply, add it up. That's what we'll do. So we'll go one more time. I'm gonna pause this and move the layout for one more roll, and I think we'll finish it up. So okay, going into our last roll here, as you can see, we only have free parking in our spot. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it at a 1, and I'm just gonna roll it, and we're gonna see where we go. And we get a 9. So we ended up landing on the free parking spot, which kind of sucks because I really needed those points, but we stayed true to the method. That would have been 20 points if I would have had all of my dice. If I would have had my 10,000 dice, it would have been a 20 times, and it would have given me way more points. So as you can see, the more dice you have, the better your odds of increasing your points per roll are. Here in a couple days, hopefully a board rush will happen, and I'll be able to get at least back up to the 3,000 to 4,000 dice range. And if not, I may have to buy some more dice, which I'm not really looking forward to. But, or maybe I can finish an album. Hopefully I can finish an album here. I still need this 2-star, which is really crazy that I haven't got that. Maybe I'll get that with the board rush. Also is crazy, I only need 2 4-stars and no more 5-stars, except for in my Rise of the Phoenix. So I really need to work on tournaments. I need tournaments to help me out here, and I really need to get my vault up here. So if you're like Jacob and want to be a cool person and give me some stickers, preferably 3 stars. 1 stars and 2 stars wouldn't be worth the trade, but whatever you want to gift me. 5 stars, hey, they'll go to a good place, they'll go to a good home. I know people in the gifting group who are working on finishing albums. If you're not already in the gifting group, please go ahead and apply. The link is in the description. Also, I have opened up the Discord, so our GGOP community Discord also has Monopoly Go section in it for gifting. If the group is full, please go ahead and just join the Discord. Same rules apply for the Discord as the Facebook. So there it is. That's a wrap. Follow the layout that you have, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Multiply that by how many tiles or tokens are in the zone, the hot zone, and you should be set forever. Again, I cannot emphasize enough, if you feel the itch coming, gambling is not a joke. It's not something to joke about. I've seen plenty of memes out there with like people, I just took out a second mortgage on my house to play Monopoly Go. I guarantee you there are some people out there who put themselves in that position, not even realizing it, because it is a mobile game. Please, please, please take a step back. If you're spending a lot, know your limits. Also, since how you watch to the end of this video, if you want, I know someone who is able to hook you up with cards that you're looking for. So if you want 5-star cards, trades, everything like that, let me know. I will hook you up with their info. They're reliable, honest. I've done plenty of trades with them. They're reasonably priced. So instead of giving money to Scopely for maybe nothing, spend money on something to get what you need. Okay? And as always, keep on rolling.